Hello everyone, PocketWatch here and welcome back in Umineko because it's about time to read some more of this awesome story. Yeah, last episode left us with total what the fuck bombshell by Rudolph claiming that he may die today. What the hell? Anyway, let's just go because holy shit. Wait, what? Did I miss something? Oh, yeah. How did I not... Oh my god. Okay. That turned away weakly. After that, only Kiri and I were left, still wide-eyed. So, not much of the talk, he just announced that. Kiryu-san didn't answer my light-hearted words and continued to stare at my dad disappearing back. Okay. Okay. They are pretty calm, like, for some, like, you know, someone just told you that he may be killed. They're pretty calm. I don't know. Maybe because normal person would not believe that also. Like, you know, like someone from your family come to you and tell you that he might be killed today. That's like, what the fuck? You wouldn't even know, like, is it a joke or not? Well, I mean, I guess we can determine that because, you know, if he's serious about that, like, tone of voice and stuff. But yeah, I can kinda understand why they're kinda calm. Ooh, that's so true. That's so true. I called out to Kiryu-san departing back. After answering with a wink, Kiryu-san followed after that. I wonder if we will have first death in the series, and if it will be Rudolph. Maybe he just makes some assumptions, maybe he is not going to die. Natsuki could be found in a dimly lit hallway. Now and then the thunder would crash, but this had no effect on Natsuki's expression. She looked completely worn out. The discussion that had just place between the relatives in the dining hall was repeating itself inside Natsuki's mind. Oh, we have like backstory of what happened like literally few hours ago. Beatrice had proclaimed that in addition to the gold, all of the inheritance and property of the Ushiremiya family would be given to the person who could solve the riddle. In other words, she plans to undermine the absolute guarantee that Kraus, as the oldest brother, had to success the family's head. Originally, the other siblings had absolutely no chance to inherit the headship. To them, this proposal by Beatrice was extremely desirable. It was obvious that they would accept it. There was no need to play some clumsy detective game. Natsuki knew that this so-called 19th-person Beatrice couldn't exist. Naturally, Beatrice was nothing more than a fictional character used to pass a message that Kinzo had written himself. As proof, Kinzo had reminded, stubbornly neutral as to that letter's authenticity. He was completely ignored. He was completely ignoring these reckless claims that he shouldn't be able to ignore, that he had given up head's ring. In short, Kinzo had wordlessly admitted that the letter held in his own message. Most likely, one of the servants had given Maria the letter. Kinzo had probably worked out an elaborate plan where the dress from the portrait would be prepared, and someone, probably Shannon, would be made to wear it and deliver the letter and the umbrella. By doing that, he could make it seem like the witch from the portrait actually exists. No, if anything, that alone was proof that Kinzo was behind all this. In that case, it was the same as Kinzo trying to butt in on their siblings' private discussion. Then Kinzo, by announcing that he would give everything to the person who solved the riddle, could weaken Kraus' overwhelming advantage. Now it was certain. Kinzo had Eva's dropped on the siblings' discussion in the parlor earlier that day. So he had known that Kraus had staved at the attack by the other three, and to make the scales of the battle go back into balance, he had sent out this strange letter which benefits Kraus' rivals. He was trying to push this crazy theory so that Rosa, who had a weak position among the siblings because of her age, would join with Eva and Rudolph. Then, with a 3-1 advantage, they would be able to overwhelm Kraus, yet again, to make their ridiculous theories get accepted by force. And by doing that, he gave them the power to resettle what had once been a nearly decided conflict. They had now started repeatedly passing Kraus to pay them a large amount of money, using the condition that all the siblings would guarantee Kraus' position as a successor. Talk about advance payments was being brought up again, despite having been rejected once. Of course, even without the story about the hidden gold, the Ushiremiya family store of the wealth was vast. That store of wealth alone was more than enough. Even if the hidden gold was buried forever along with Kinzo's death, there would be no more than enough to satisfy. Therefore, even there weren't that interested in gold itself, Kinzo had managed to instill the lifelong fear that, on the off chance that someone found the gold, that person would be granted the headship. And this kind of Achilles heel would definitely be taken advantage of by someone sooner or later. The only person with the fatal weakness was the successor Kraus. Yeah, that's true. This is pretty much like this whole rule basically ignoring Kraus' position. The other siblings had found. No, they had been told by Kinzo about something that only Kraus could lose, and they had thoughtfully taken advantage of that. Natsuhi, as Kraus' only ally in his painful position and as his wife, wanted to fight alongside him. She kept trying to explain to him that the existence of gold itself was a farce, and that there was no need for him to compromise. Kraus had always told Natsuhi. He had told all of the siblings. He always said that the hidden gold was nothing more than an illusion created by Kinzo. Therefore, Natsuhi had believed it, as his wife, and had supported her husband on that foundation. Even so, Natsuhi's words didn't reach Kraus. Even though Natsuhi had fought so hard and had lent all of her strength, he continued to fight by himself and was trying to compromise with the other three siblings. Natsuhi sadly and weakly wondered why she could not be of use of him, then started getting angry. It had happened when everyone decided to take a short break to cool their heads. Natsuhi had flared up against Kraus. Enraged, she had asked why she could not be useful to him. He had then told her that he wanted to talk about something and invited her into a room that she was normally not allowed to enter. That room had been sealed with a heavy-looking padlock, and just looking at it had given her an uncomfortable feeling. I have a feeling like Kraus will tell Natsuhi that he will die, or he might die. I feel like some of them actually believed the epitaph. Let me just go into the epitaph. That might be this one. Maybe six people in the in the story will die at this night. Maybe it's starting already. But on the other side, like they skipped this, so I'm not sure. Yeah. Kraus removed the padlock on the door. He then motioned for Natsuhi to enter. Okay, so this is not what I thought. Have you found at least some of the gold, maybe? Natsuhi timidly opened the door, with a dubious expression on her face. It was pitch black. She searched for a switch to turn on the lights, but since this was her first time in the room, she didn't know where it was. Kraus entered behind her, pushing her in, and when he closed the door, before turning on the lights, the two were swallowed up by darkness. Only the sound of Kraus locking the door rang out the dark. Just as he said, when Kraus pushed a switch on the wall, a flickering light turned on and lit up the room. Natsuhi had her breath taken away. The room had no windows, and at a glance it appeared to be empty. In the middle of the room, a small round table had been set, and the light brightened only table, as if there were the leading part in the play. On top of the table, a red tablecloth of elaborate design had been set out, covered with dust. And on top of that, something about the size of a grown man's arm had been set down. That something took Natsuhi's breath away. Yep, the gold. And it have a crest. So basically Kraus just proving that gold exists. But where the hell did he found just one? Was it supposed to be like in one place? Or maybe the gold is just scattered? So Kraus have advantage basically now. Kinda. Because he's like the only one that believes in the gold. Okay. Oh. Okay. However, this ingot did not have that kind of seal. Yeah. I'd have like Shiromiya family crest. This mysterious gold bar had came from an unknown foundry. Yeah, just a bar, but like proving existence of everything. At least existence of gold. Natsuki, following Kraus' words, timidly approached the ingot. Kraus pointed to the surface of the ingot. Natsuki concerned on that section. Right there was the thin imprint of the one-winged eagle crest. Natsuki's breath was taken away once again. Oh! Oh, so this is actually like gold of this Maruso president, right? How do you have it then? Yep. Natsuki was shocked. Kraus had always said that Kinza gold was just a fabrication, so she had believed it as his wife. However, the reality was different. Since he held definitive proof, he had been more than certain than any of the other siblings that the legend of gold was true. Because of this, Kraus was deeply frightened at the possibility that someone other than himself would find the gold he would fail to find, costing him everything. But to Natsuki, this truth was more than enough to split open her heart. She had thought that as Kraus' wife, she should be his closest confidant, which was why she had selflessly supported him. And yet, he had hid this fact from her until today. Yeah, if you want to trick your enemies, then trick your friends as well. Why? One of her bad habits. Kraus grimaced, looking annoyed. His expression effectively communicated how much he disliked this part of Natsuhi, even if he didn't say it out loud. Oh, god damn it. Are you serious? That's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh my god. This relationship is kinda toxic. Or maybe he just cares about her? Nah, I don't think that's like Kraus' personality. A dull headache tormented Natsuhi. No matter what medicine she took, no matter what scents she burned, it wouldn't heal. In fact, simply wandering alone through the dark corridors and listening to the sound of rain seems to be a better cure. I may be Natsuhi, but I was never Ushiromiya Natsuhi. I have been despited and treated as a borrowed womb, and insulted when I couldn't even fill that role. Even so, I have tried to properly perform my duties as wife. But now, even my husband has rejected me. I've done my best raising my daughter, as if it were the last job left to me. However, I've had no release for my anger and sadness, and they've caused me to subconsciously strain that relationships too. Because I've been excessively strict in Jessica education, she disliked me thoughtfully. She despised me for having no interest in anything but grades. There is no longer anything I can do for the Ushiromiya family. No. That's no good. Despite it all, I must help my husband and beat back the schemes of the other greedy siblings. The family head won't be around much longer. Eventually, Kraus will success the head, and the next successor will be Jessica. Strictly speaking, the man who enters the family by marrying Jessica will become the next head, but it all comes to the same thing. I have to make Jessica an excellent successor, whom everyone will accept as worthy to take over the Ushiromiya family. In the days to come, the greedy Ushiromiya Eva will probably be plotting to find some fault with the main family. And if all goes as she plans, Jessica will be dragged down from the succession with George set up in her place. It is regrettable, but George is a man, and even more, he matured as a person. Compared to Jessica, who is right in the middle of her rebellious period, and whose grades are slightly below average, it can be seen at a glance who is more fit to succeed the head. So in order to secure Jessica's position, I need to turn her into an excellent person. After doing that, I want to find her an excellent husband worthy of the excellent person she will have become. A wonderful man who will truly accept Jessica and stay with her thoughtfully all of life's joys and sorrows. Was Natsuhi trying to entrust her daughter with fulfilling some desire of her own? Probably. Natsuhi thought back to the days when she had no choice but to marry into Ushiromiya family because of that unavoidable fate. She had tried to block that from her memory. She had consciously forgotten it and had actively attended the life that she would be given Ushirami Natsuki. And in so doing, she had built up a new life. But just now, it felt like all of that had been casually rejected. Natsuki helplessly rested her head against the glass of the window. The glass, which was cool thanks to the raindrops beating against it, felt somehow refreshing, even though it should have been emotionless. Right then, it seems to be the only thing that could understand Natsuki. At that point, even if someone had appeared, Natsuki didn't intend to pay any attention to them. But she did pay attention, because it was her beloved daughter. Just like always, her words were rough and not at all like a girl's. Instinctively, words of rebuke rose to Natsuki's throat. However, their strength gave out, and they didn't escape her lips. I want to compare them. Their hair have kinda similar way of looking, I guess. Yeah, okay. Jessica swing her mother in a position of free blames for the first time, so she was considerably discerned. Until just now, she would be filled with contempt for all the parents, including her mother. But now those feelings had been completely swept away. Her mother's utterly exhausted face had wiped them all out. In its place, the words George had told her floated back up in her mind. Our parents are doing their best in their own way, and because of their families are counting on them, they can't afford to keep everything pleasant and have a heavy responsibility to fight. Maybe her mother had been standing around in dimly lit hallway because no one had tried to understand in her. Jessica hated her mother, so she had no intent of speaking kindly to Natsuki just because she was looking a bit frail. So when she attempted to speak kindly to her mother anyway, she had to clench her fist and gather up the words from the deep of her heart. Natsuki wasn't being cold. Just wanted her daughter to go far away so she wouldn't have to bump against Natsuki's own short temper. But there was no chance that Jessica would realize that. Jessica hung her head, looking sad. Seeing that expression, Natsuki recognized the kindness that Jessica was trying to master. She gave her head a small shake to drive away her own unkind feelings. She called Jessica, who was trying to leave and looked lonely, to a stop. Aww. That was nice. How? If I let my daughter see me this feeble any longer, I will only make her feel more uneasy. With that thought in mind, Natsuhi left Jessica with words of gratitude and made to depart. This time, Jessica called out to her mother's back. Natsuhi stopped and turned around, asking what business Jessica had with her. But Jessica herself didn't know why she would stop her mother. And for a while, she smiled weirdly, muttering to herself as she hesitated over what to say. She was poking around in her pocket when her hand touched something, and she took it out. Aww. It was the scorpion charm that Maria had given her on the beach. Although she would hear of its various effects from Maria, Jessica's mind had gone blank, and she just barely able to say that much. Jessica, thinking that her mother probably wouldn't accept it anyway, immediately drew back the hand she had struck out, grasping the charm. So when Natsuhi came back to take it, she was extremely shocked. But her mother took the charm from where she grasped it in her hand. Aww. Okay, that's unexpected development of like their relationship. Natsuhi put the charm in her pocket and turned away. She then disappeared into the dark hall. George, Aniki and I were killing time in front of the parlor television. At that point Jessica returned. Her face was still blank, but it looked like she would calm down a little since she would last seen her. Looking at the clock, I saw it was little past 10 PM. Even if we were planning to stay up all night, it was about time to head back to our room. Probably. Especially if we assume that there will be murder here. As we were talking about this, Anturasa came into the parlor. She was looking all over restlessly, probably trying to find Maria. Behind these words, she seems to be concealing some regret that the adults, herself included, had deeply hurt Maria's feelings. Okay. Oh. Of course we're talking about you, George. You're perfectly fine with kids. As we said this, Androza smiled, looking truly happy. Also, now when I think about this, yeah, I know it's pretty late into, because I want to talk a little bit about this scene with the gold. It's in this mansion, right? Behind the closed door, like with the padlock. How does no one ever want to go in there? It's not like it's hidden behind like some wall or something, right? It's just a door with a padlock. So I would guess that every single person would be suspicious. What the fuck is this? You see a door with a huge padlock on it. Of course you would be interested what's inside. Why, like, I don't know, no one asked the servants, what's inside? Do you know what's inside? Like, do you have key? Something like that? No? Okay. That's a weird part for me, like, no one was interested in this door. I don't know. That's weird when I think about this. Maria muttered something indistinct, rolled over and fell back asleep. It looked like she was sleeping deeply. Maria's body was much lighter than it looked. I lifted her up and put her on George Aniki's back. It was raining hard outside and Aniki couldn't hold an umbrella and carry Maria at the same time. It looked like Aunt Rosa would came with us and as far as the guest house to help it. However, she heard Uncle Krau's voice call out to her. She had no choice but to return. After we left the hall, on the way to the entrance, the door to the servant room opened and Shannon-chan stepped out. Shannon-chan brought umbrellas for each of us and a flashlight to guide the way. Also, if this is actually the first night, like first twilight now, and that means the whole story take place in 10 days, I guess. Well, I still don't know if I had said the first twilight now, but yeah. I just assume that. I don't know why, I just do. That's terribly bad assumption probably, but yeah. As we opened the front door, the downpour was quite terrific. It looked like we wouldn't have any spare time to take a pleasant walk and enjoy the nighttime Rosen Garden. Wasn't you supposed to go back? And Rosa watched us leave. Rosa's mumbling voice didn't reach the person in question, nor any of the kids, but disappeared beneath the sound of the rain. After cutting through the rainy rose garden, we arrived at the guest house. Ha! You had your chance. After being urged by Jessica, we folded up an umbrellas and went into guest house. Okay. Sean gave a quick bow and went into guest house servant's room. The rest of us headed for the cousin's room and decided to put Maria to bed for the time being. Maria was sleeping very deeply and there was absolutely no sign of her eyes opening. For now, we would get some soft drinks out of a refrigerator and drink those while playing cards or something. Oh. Canon. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's a lot of fucking changes, like, why? Oh, they want just like most important persons in the mansion right now. That's why Golda is there. No, wait. That doesn't make sense. What the fuck? I mistook the Genji with the Golda. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Or maybe they don't trust Genji because he's so close to the Kinzo? Maybe that's the reason why he's ordered to go in here? Okay, that's pretty weird change, to be honest. Originally, Shannon and Canon has been assigned the night shift in the mansion, while the night shift in the guest house, where all of the relatives were staying, had been assigned to Goda, who had an abundance of experience in entertaining. Kumasawa should have been sleeping at the guest house, while Genji should be sleeping in the mansion. However, it seems that Kraus had suddenly ordered that the schedule be modified. The shifts at the guest house and the mansion had all been revisited, and Genji was spent the night in the guest house. Yeah, but I still don't get the reasoning. Kinda. But he did not expect... Why Goda is staying in the mansion then? I don't know. Okay, that's you have a point here, Canon. Then Genji, Shan and Canon were all permitted to wear the Ushirimiya family crest, the one-winged eagle, as the servants who served directly under Kinzo. Of course, since they were working for the Ushirimiya family, they had to obey anyone's order, but their only boss was Kinzo. Since only Kinzo held the right to employ them, even Kraus could not have dismissed them of his own accord. Because of this, Kraus and the others often viewed the servants as Kinzo's underling and shunned them. In fact, Kinzo seldom let anyone other than them enter his study. This sudden shift change was probably a clear expression of the sense of mistrust that had been caused. Considering the time Kinzo had left to live, that this would definitely be the last family conference before the problem of inheritance came up. On top of that, the mysterious letter that claimed to be from Beatrice had dropped in out of the blue. Kraus definitely wanted to keep Kinzo loyal subjects from the table of such delicate and important discussion. And I even bolded that. Genji nodded back, went behind the screen, took off his jacket and slowly began to relax after a day worth of tension. Okay. Nope. That's what they're planning. Shannon hugged her apologetically, gazing at Canon uncertainly. Canon didn't try to meet her eyes and spoke curtly as he sighed. It looked like he didn't plan on including his sister. God damn it. I really hate when they talk about themselves like furniture. I really don't like this. Shannon's shoulder dropped slightly. She had already expected that Canon, a stickler for rules, would say something like that, but she still seems a little discouraged. As Canon flipped through a log, he spoke without facing Shannon. Shannon hurriedly stood from the seat before her brother's mood could change and flew out of the servant room after giving a quick bow. As he watched her go, Canon took a single deep breath. Genji's voice came from beyond the screen. Genji is cool. I like Genji. God damn it, stop this. Don't say it. God damn it. Just what the fuck. Oh? Oh? So there's a reason for you to like being like that. Now I'm interested in backstory of canon. Genji did not say anything after that. After a while, he stood up and used a pot of hot water to make powdered cocoa, serving some to canon as well. Butler was surprised that he yelled obnoxiously and scattered his cards everywhere. His voice caused Maria to turn over once, but she soon fell back into deep sleep. Jessica gave him a jab, and he lowered his voice. George couldn't be seen anywhere in the room. A short while ago, when Shannon came into the room, George suddenly said that he would forgotten something in the mansion and needed to get back to get it. Shannon said she would guide him, just like she had on the way to the guest house, and the two of them departed together. What are you talking about exactly? Oh, you mean just like he fell for her, okay. Okay, I think I will end the episode here. I think we might get some interesting interaction from this now. So yeah. That was pretty good episode. A lot of like character development for Natsuki and Jessica. Well, yeah. I know. Did something like changed here? No. Okay, so I'm just going to save it on baby here. Why not? And yeah. I guess I will see in the next one because I think I've talked about most of stuff during the episode, so I don't really have much to say at the end. That was just good episode. That's all. Anyway, thank you for like watching this with me, and I will see you in the next one. For now, Pocket Watch is going out.